Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bro Connections podcast. I am here with Ansel, Sebastian, Bryant, Corey, and special guest Jocelyn from our school.
What's up, everybody? Yeah.
Yo.
What's up,
I'm here
everybody?
again.
Hey there, hi there, hello there.
I would like to thank Jocelyn for getting on.
No
And
problem.
we are going to get into it. So today is the 16th of March.
It is, yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is
It
a
is
factual
indeed.
statement.
We're going to
And
Thank you.
tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, so any of you motherfuckers not wearing green, y'all.
Exactly. You're going to get whacked.
hmm
I'm prepped. Like, I'm all ready for St. Patrick's Day. I didn't even know it was St. Patrick's Day tomorrow.
I forgot until today.
Did I?
Yeah.
Dang, poor
It's a
Irish
big
Hey,
people.
holiday.
Friday's my mom's birthday, so that's
Tomorrow's your mom. Today is your mom's or tomorrow?
the 18th. I think that's either Friday.
Oh, well, tell your moms I said what's up and happy birthday on the 18th.
Alright.
Okay, so Jocelyn, we prepared a few questions for you.
Cool.
You remember when you were school president?
Yes, I do.
What were your most memorable experiences as the school president?
That's like a really weird question. Like, did you do some heavy research on me or something? I'm kind of scared.
Yeah,
Um,
we have your
I
bio
mean-
right here.
I mean,
I've
she
only
was
been
the
watching
president
you
for
since
We
sixth
literally did
grade.
no research.
of what grade?
Every
What
grade.
grade level?
I don't know. When were you president?
hmm
She was president for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Not
Um,
seventh?
Not fourth. I did fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. I didn't do eighth grade. And Ansel's
I thought I was the president for 7th grade. I thought it was at
No names.
no.
7th grade.
Oh yeah.
We won't talk about that. We've already talked about that on the
I don't
previous
understand the point of having a president in the 4th and 5th grade because elementary school students are
actually-
really dumb.
No, actually. So what we did at our old school was we had the president was in charge of most of the events, but the things that we did at our old school were so lame that we just went out and sold Smencils. Those one pencils that have the scents in them.
Pencils.
Those are good.
That's
Bro,
pretty
I
high
felt so
octane
cool
content
because-
right there.
Yeah,
I felt
we,
so cool because I knew where that teacher that sold that supply was, so I felt so cool.
Cool.
okay.
You were cool.
You are
That's
a cool
amazing.
guy.
Yeah, we sold Smencils and stuff, and the president was kind of in charge of having the cash box. Not saying that was the coolest person ever, whatever,
So
but
you were a cashier.
basically I had professional workforce business. I could sit there and apply for a job at Rayleigh's, and they would hire me right away just because they knew that I sold Smencils in 4th grade.
Just don't mention it was Smencils in 4th grade. Just say, I have worked as a cashier previously.
No, the Smencils in 4th grade is what makes it good because I had to sit there and
In the cold.
count. Yeah, in the cold
With the smell.
with the overwhelming smell of peppermint during Christmas time right before winter break in the cold where it was probably raining was so horrible. I never want to experience it again, but
It did start raining one year during the I think it was 5th grade Harvest Festival. It started raining, and I had the last
Oh, yeah.
shift. It was me and Bryant, and we were just sitting there. I'm like, oh, and it started raining.
Did you guys get wet? From the
No,
rain?
because there was a tarp. No, because there was a canopy open over us.
Nice.
Everybody else got wet.
no, I remember everyone was
Mhm.
screaming. It was really weird. A bunch of kindergartners.
Did you guys see the hail a week or two ago?
Yeah, I
It
saw
hit
it.
twice. It
I
was
did.
crazy. I was in the car.
It's really bad at my uncle's house.
On Smensel's, I remember I was in I think I was in Washington. I have one vivid memory of me holding some Smensel's in this very foggy area at school waiting in line, and it was very snowy out. That's all I remember, in front of the school.
Brando.
Hello, Brando.
Hello, Brando.
I couldn't come. I just was able to come right now. I'm sorry if I can late.
Oh, the podcast
Well,
is
it's
over.
good that you're here.
Wait, the podcast is
Yeah.
over?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean,
But hello, Brando. We are glad to have you here. We have special guest Jocelyn accompanying us.
That's nice.
It is. So, next question, unless you have any other principal memories. President?
Principal.
president,
It's so full.
principal. Wow.
I remember we had to okay, so I was do you remember when they did those announcement things over the loudspeaker and you would be projected
Yeah, I
through
did one of
all
those
of the
ones.
campus?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
he
in
announced the
charge of
trophies
that
and-
every Friday for the entire school year. And
Oh my God, Ali.
oh, hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. I was playing some Minecraft.
That's cool.
Your sins are
We're
forgiven.
on Cody's server.
Okay. Well,
What's
Jocelyn,
turning on,
keep
Jocelyn?
going.
Oh, when I was on the loudspeaker, and I think someone we were doing the loudspeaker in 5th grade, maybe middle of the year. But I just remember that there was some my teacher was the mean teacher, I would say, and a lot
Mrs.
of the
Comp wasn't that mean.
No
Mrs.
names.
Comp wasn't that mean.
Oh,
What are you
wasn't that
talking
the
No
about?
names, Brando.
Yeah, she wasn't that mean.
No
Miss Trump
names,
doesn't
Brando.
care.
She doesn't care. I think she kind of enjoys us talking about her sometimes.
I've never met her, so I'm not.
We've
gonna say
already
I,
name dropped Mrs. Comp
She was very
multiple
cool.
times. She was the best.
Cool.
I didn't want to really.
Yeah.
Be,
I wanted to be in her class, but I
Why
didn't
was
make
she the
team
mean
for it.
teacher, Jocelyn?
I don't know.
She wasn't mean, but
She just wasn't fake.
ev-
She just was honest.
Everyone was convinced that she was the mean teacher, but she
She
was
was-
only truly mean in leadership or student council, I should say. That was her total mean streak. And the thing is, I know I was a sensitive kid, but come on, man, you shouldn't be making kids cry every day. I feel so bad. I don't want to talk poorly about anybody,
You cried
but
a
it's
lot?
the truth. Yes, I cried a lot.
Wow.
About what?
I had a lot of responsibilities. Come on now. I was if someone else got in trouble for something, I would be put to blame for it. It was
wait, hold on.
As the
all over
president?
again.
Hold on. Brando,
Yes.
you
That's
cannot laugh
unfair.
at her crying a lot, okay? I'm just saying you cannot.
I'm not
Brando.
laughing. What are you talking
Wait,
about?
how do they?
Just look,
Pause.
look a deep
Pause.
inside.
Brando cried more than me in that entire school year.
Hey, Brando.
What are you talking
Brando,
about? I'm
hold
not
on,
laughing.
guys,
That's true, that's true, that's true.
There's no laughing right here.
Hey,
Yeah, that is
Hey,
true.
Brando,
That's true.
remember the geography bee?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Brando died with honor, alright?
Mhm.
I did not die with honor. That was the definition of dishonor.
You ran behind the stage and broke down.
What happened?
Yeah, I know. That was so
Let's tell the story
retarded.
again.
Brando,
No,
tell
no,
the
no,
story.
not even 1 year.
Wait,
Yeah.
We
Corey.
did it twice in a year.
Wow. Brando,
Yeah,
what
2 years
happened?
in a row.
Well, when he threw the pencil.
Wait.
This is
Ansel?
Jocelyn's episode.
Well,
this is
now it
not
is.
my episode.
We are
You
talking
had your
on a
chance.
podcast.
Interesting. No. I'm gonna. Exactly. I don't remember this.
Brando, you
It's
sitting
not
there,
the
you're
Just
bringing a lot of
Jocelyn
attention
show.
to
It's
yourself.
everybody tell their own stuff, and then we'll get to Jocelyn.
You knew this was gonna
Show.
happen.
What?
I got a crazy story.
Brando,
about-
tell your story. No more crazy stories until Brando's done. And he's gone.
He Oh, left. Brando left. Wow. Oh,
He left.
Oh, he's back.
That's too embarrassed.
You know, I can.
Yeah.
Brando, you either tell us
Or maybe he just farted.
your side of the story, or I tell my side of the story, which I know.
What, did he stab you?
What?
No, but
Feel
this
like-
one girl in 7th grade tried to stab me. And Jesus.
Oh, you and
With the
I remember
pencil.
that.
Yeah, me and here.
No names.
Which he said that he might come on the podcast.
Who's wait, which one?
G.
He's not allowed on the podcast.
Oh fuck. This is
Okay.
a conversation for
Brando?
you guys.
Hello? Okay, Jocelyn, what were you talking about? I'll just ask another question. What are
Yeah.
your grades right now?
My
Oh,
grades
that's-
right now. Let
If you're
me check.
comfortable to share.
No.
Yeah.
I want to share. Let me check. Let's pull up.
Oh, that means they're probably good.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're bad?
Yeah.
Either they're good, so she's not afraid to show them, or they're so bad it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
No in
I
between.
can tell you. Mike.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to leave.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's a good. God damn it.
I had to leave.
What is up with you today?
Get silenced, Brando.
I think. Okay, hold on. Let's put in my login
Yeah, Jocelyn.
quickly now. What?
It's because my aunt is talking to me.
So?
Okay.
Tell your aunt I said what's up.
So
I sympathize with Brando.
Well, you can
Okay.
talk to your aunt, Brando. It's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. My grade in STEAM. So my classes this quarter are STEAM, Pre-AP World History, PE, and Graphic Art and Design. So my highest grade, which is in STEAM, I don't know how I have an A in STEAM, but somehow I do.
I heard
And
Steam sucks ass.
What percent?
it's a 97.
Wow.
Wow.
I heard Steam sucks ass. Really, to you.
Steam is not. Who told you that Steam sucked?
Yeah, I mean,
like half the grade.
you kind of learn like a lot of important skills that you would have to kind of know in order to have a gateway into if you wanted to do more specific things like robotics and stuff like that. If
Yeah,
you
I've been
like
told that
coding
you only
section.
do Steam just to get.
To get what?
Is pretty cool.
Just take robotics.
Why are you guys so
Mr.
bad at name dropping?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
He's gonna have
Hey,
to
I
like
didn't
sit
just name
here and
drop.
like edit every second of this entire podcast.
It's like once a minute so far.
No.
Yeah. In
Be
graphic
careful.
art and design, I have a B, which is pretty good. It's gonna go up soon. Don't worry, guys.
Pretty good.
It's all right.
Oh, there's a baby
Is
out
it gonna
Wait,
go
there.
how do you
today?
have a B in graphic art and design? It's really easy. You just draw some shapes.
That is a very easy class.
It's an art
It
class.
is.
Not. Yes, that is a very easy.
We'll continue. Wait, graphic art and design?
Oh my
You're
god.
telling me that
Did-
you think
did I hear
graphic
that
art
right?
and design is an easy class?
I have to
It's
make a
very
thumbnail
easy.
every
Yeah.
single day.
Yeah,
Really not.
It's pretty famous for how easy it is, actually.
Yeah,
No.
there's actually a consensus here.
Okay, so here's the thing.
97%
art
agree.
and
Percent agree. Continue.
97 Okay, let's not talk about this. The reason why graphic art and design is so difficult for me personally is
Small
because
What?
no.
Right?
Never mind.
I don't have small hands.
How long are your hands in inches?
I don't know. I don't have a
What do you
ruler.
want her to go get a tape measure? What the hell?
Right. You expect too much of me. The only reason why I have a B in that class is because I didn't turn in my recent summative. Because I had to like keep adding to it more and more. We're not gonna continue with the rest of the grades.
What
here.
summative was
How
that?
do you
Let's
not turn?
continue
He
with the
gives you
rest.
so much time to do like literally nothing.
Let's just say I'm passing.
What do you have in
You
PE?
fail.
I'm passing.
Wait, actually, I want to know.
You're
'cause
passing.
I never see you with your camera on.
In PE I have a C plus. But
How?
it's not
That's
because of
pass.
participation. It is
It's be-
because I got extremely lazy on all of my unit assignments. And
Yeah,
one of
screws up
them
unit
I just
assignments.
Wow.
didn't
Do those on the last day.
Wow. Well,
world history.
Well, that's
I'm not gonna talk about it at all.
Do you have a D?
No.
See?
Dang. You
That's
could have been A, B, C, D.
That would have been cool.
I know.
Yeah, that would have been
I
epic.
was for a minute,
Just
in
go through the
fifth grade,
finals.
but you know what? I'm passing, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, nice. You look and fail
Right.
the grade.
What's your next question?
I have straight A's.
Cool.
Okay.
Good for you.
So, let me find a good one.
Let's just say I'm
Hey,
Should I
we
think-
did come across a good question earlier.
Yeah?
What is your most memorable principal moment? Like, your
Principal.
memorable, like, principal office
Or I get
moment?
sent to the office because I tied someone to the tree. Yeah, that's mine.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
what was the
Mhm.
stupidest reason you got sent to the principal's office?
Wait, Bryant tied
In
someone to a tree? I don't understand.
Yeah.
You guys want some context?
Yes, with no
Yes.
name.
Okay.
Yes,
Rope.
yeah.
Okay. So it was third grade, okay? It was either first or third grade, okay? So this one kid was talking some real shit. So you know how they used to have those jump ropes on the playground? Okay.
Oh, God.
On. What
So
was
I took two jump ropes. I told them to come with me that I had candy. And of course, elementary school. Oh my god, someone's gonna give me candy? Oh no. So
Jocelyn lagged.
oh what? Anyway, so
Something
we went over to where those in the back of the playground where the PE takes place, one of those big bark trees, and I just tied him to it.
Wait, but how did you get him to stay still long enough to actually tie him to a tree?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said, well, I'm gonna feed you the chocolate for some reason. My
You made him close his
Wait,
eyes. and
how
open
is
his
this kid
mouth.
so retarded
I
that he
told him
let
to-
himself be
Whoa.
tied?
I
He
don't know.
deserves to get tied.
This seems
My
like
God.
some fetish type thing.
Yeah, did you?
But I did
Brian.
not get suspended for it.
You made him close his eyes and open his mouth for the chocolate?
Yeah, yes.
And you tied him up? After you lured him to
Oh
where
my
no one can
God.
see? Like, dude,
This-
I don't want to hear. Okay,
Good thing you got
I don't want to
suspended.
hear about your like weird fantasy.
I didn't even get suspended.
you didn't get you.
I didn't
oh,
even get my mom called.
I
so-
should have tied some people up. I mean, no, I'm
Cause
kidding.
cause my mom was kind of like good friends with the principal.
Oh, it's just like good friends with the principal. No, like, how did you not
Imagine.
get suspended?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
That's biased.
well, I was just a lonely third grader who didn't have any friends. That's what I told her. So
I wonder why.
So you
Not telling
Tricked
you a
your
principal.
principal?
Wow.
I don't
I'm
even
just a
know what
lonely
to say.
third grade who doesn't have friends.
I don't know. what to
So
say.
yeah.
Should we throw out the cage question?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not
Yeah.
throwing out
The
a
cage
cage
question. What the-
question.
Hey,
That
I
is
had a
really
question and was
bad
never
question.
I'll throw that one out.
No,
I
that's a
had a
stupid
question that was
question.
never answered.
Hold on. What cage question?
Troy Fox came up with this weird cage question where he was going to ask you what would you do if you were locked up in a cage.
Why?
No, it's not that. It's if you got locked in a cage, what what would you say to the cager?
See, it's even more retarded.
Don't say that.
Jesus.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
Brando.
hold on. How would she get locked up in the cage in the first place?
Well, I mean, you could ask the cager that. Is that what you would say?
No, I would say, how long do I have to stay in here?
Maybe you should ask if you're gonna get out first.
Okay, this is getting weird.
All right.
I had a question that was never answered.
Okay.
It was your what was the stupidest reason you got sent to the principal's office? That was before Bryant shared his crazy story.
Somebody else opened my umbrella in the class.
Wow.
And so you got sent to the office because
Principal's
someone.
office was that?
Somebody else took my umbrella and opened it in the class.
And then you got sent to the office
Yes.
That's
for
messed up.
someone else opening your umbrella.
Yes.
Did anyone get hit?
No.
I don't see why you got sent to the office for that.
Because water was still on the umbrella and it like went everywhere.
I still don't see that as your fault. Like who? Or never mind. I can't
It
do
wasn't my fault.
Who did they ever catch whoever did it?
Yeah, they did, but they sent me to the principal's office instead because it was my umbrella.
I mean, it was your umbrella.
What type of retarded crap was that though?
Stop saying that.
Dude, it's like
please.
every 5 sentences, Brando. Wow. You're
Brando,
crazy.
it's not that hard. Come on, man.
You're so stupid.
That's a good one.
That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to hear my worst teacher story? I have a
Yes,
No.
I do
story.
want to hear that.
Okay, so the worst teacher I ever had was my 3rd grade teacher. Now, she don't work at the school no more, so I'm gonna name drop her because she probably retired.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Please.
Okay. It was my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Carrington. Okay. Okay. First of all, if Miss Carrington ever watched this, don't you ever dare tell me that I can't play with any of my friends ever again. You.
Dude.
Anyway, so.
I
Jesus.
that
I
statement.
don't want to be associated
Wow.
with you. Come on.
This is not a hate podcast.
Yeah, can we just chill?
Why did? So, what?
So what'd she do?
Okay,
to
so
you?
basically, I was playing with my good old friend that one day, and Miss Carrington didn't no likey. So she gave me one of the citations and said she thought I was trying to sexually assault or some shit, some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Something like
You need to cut
that.
this out.
Okay.
Dude.
You need to
This
cut
is
this
so
out. We're moving
sketch.
on.
I think you're just mad because you
I
got
know.
caught, man.
No.
But then
Please, cut
Miss
this
Carrington
out.
called my mom.
No,
and
I
said,
don't want to hear
like,
the rest of this story, please.
I mean, I could type
Keep
a whole
going.
essay.
Shut
up!
Why-
No,
Wait, that's
this is an elementary school in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Making moves. Okay. So in 3rd grade, I got told who I couldn't play with on the playground, and I tied a kid
Right?
up.
Did you perform?
Great.
you got a
eventful
restraining
year.
order. Like in 3rd grade. That sucks. Why? For what?
Brian-
What did you do exactly?
No. I don't want to hear the details because I feel like this is gonna get.
I
very...
do.
Unless if he did something really bad, I'll cut it out. But I want to see what. Like what?
You're that desperate for content?
How is it even
This isn't even
desperate?
funny.
Hey, views
kinda
don't
funny.
come easy, man. Okay.
Yeah, it's dry out there.
Okay.
I'm
So
kidding.
I
I have
guess
no idea what we're talking about.
since I was playing with my friend, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I guess she didn't like. She thought I was trying to do something. with her.
Okay,
Wait,
I don't
Brian,
know
yeah.
about this story.
Oh God.
Let's cut it
Kill
out.
it.
Man,
No.
man, she
Put
was
it in
like
fire.
80 years old, so.
Wait,
she
who was
might
80
have
years
some
old?
fucking-
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Cut it out.
okay.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
favorite
End it
ancient
there.
civilization, Jocelyn.
Hmm?
What's your favorite ancient civilization?
I don't have one. They were all really kind of cruel and just misogynistic.
Not the Minoan civilization.
That is true. That is very true.
Yes, that
I mean,
civilization was
Minoans were
the
kind of
best.
crap too, though.
Okay.
Shut up, Debbie. Minoans were the best.
They were.
I like the Minoans.
I'm sure in their time they were pretty normal, but
Yes.
yeah, not great.
I would like to live there.
Me too.
Yeah, we would all like to live there.
Not if you got sacrificed, though.
Well, not getting sacrificed, then yes.
Okay, where is this civilization?
It's on.
It's
an
in
island.
Greece.
Yeah.
It's in the Isle of Crete.
Oh.
It's a
Is
matriarchy.
it Crete or is it Crady?
It's
Well, the
Crete.
king, they still had kings.
Yes.
The kings were males, but all the priests were females.
That's cool.
And the priests had real power. The kings only had military power.
And all the gods were women. in it.
That's
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah.
Very good civilization.
They had nice
Yes.
fashionable clothes as well.
They did actually.
Yes, yes.
I don't think I can pick one if I don't know all the facts about them. Like,
You can't have a favorite?
I mean, what if my favorite was like someone who did horrible things? Like, I can't.
Every single society has done horrible things, pretty much.
This is why I don't
So
have.
you just pick whichever one's the
favorite in the
coolest.
world. What?
Like the Mayans and Incans were pretty cool, even though they sacrificed a lot of people.
In
That
can.
is
In
very true.
cans.
They had
The
You
Incans
literally
is
just
how you
said
say it.
Incans. It's
Incans.
Incas. Inca.
I thought it was Incans.
It's not Incans, you idiot.
Okay, Incas. Are you sure it's not Incans?
It's not Incans.
It's Incans. Oh, it was
Literally
Inca.
100%.
Okay, I
That-
was tripping them.
In cans or two cans?
In what?
Like two cans, the bird.
Oh,
The bird,
That's
you
not
know,
Google
the
is
bird
telling
on
me
the
right
Fruit
here.
Loops box.
Incan is a variant of Inca. So I was technically partially right.
Incan. The Incan
Hey,
No,
Google just
Inca,
told me that it's
Incan.
another name for them. So,
Yeah, but they're the Inca people.
okay, whatever you say. So,
We have a strange group of people here. Oh my gosh.
well,
Who's
it's
exactly
it's a normal
strange?
group of people.
right? I'm a very normal person.
Yeah.
Come on.
So,
I mean,
favorite
Brando's not
band
normal.
/ artist.
Do I even have one? I have to look on my Spotify for this.
What type of music
Like-
do you listen to?
Actually, no. Like, there's no, like, I don't really have a single, like, genre or, like, a favorite. I just kind of listen.
you should listen to
whatever I
50
like.
Cent. That's some good music right
Do you
there.
listen to 50 Cent?
I mean, not, like, actively, like,
You just
I've
bump
heard-
21 Questions sometimes?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have like a favorite, but I guess a lot of them would either be kind of like maybe just pop, because that's kind of very general.
Mm.
Yeah, popular.
Yep, that's kind of it, I guess. Like, I don't have very specific artists who are like my favorite, but is there like
Do you
I
like
would say, like,
Kanye
I-
West?
no, I like Childish Gambino, and like Kings of Leon is pretty good. I like Falling in Reverse. Cool. Yeah, I don't really have like too many favorite artists, I guess. I just kind of listen to whatever I like, or like get recommendations from friends, and then
Yeah, I
just
feel that. So, you read Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
yes, I did. I was obsessed with Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
Told you. So,
What was your
Which
favorite
character
Diary
would
of
you
a
be?
Wimpy Kid?
Oh, does anybody remember all of the books? Like,
I
don't-
watched the first movie recently.
I know the books.
I moderately know the books. Not that much.
I just remember them by the colors. Like, I don't remember the numbers or like the specific
Yeah.
titles, but there was like, was it there was a green one. What was the green one called?
It. What's it?
Let me
Hard
check.
Luck.
Yeah, something like that. Or
Hard
maybe
Luck, I think.
or either it was that, or I remember I liked the Cabin Fever one. That was good.
The
I
Last
liked
Straw was the green one, and also Hard Luck.
Oh yeah.
I
Was it
remember
dark
them-
green or light green? Was it lime or evergreen?
It was like,
My favorite character was Roderick.
Yeah,
Me too.
Me too. I
I
love
like it.
Roderick. Would it
Yeah,
be cool if I
I-
wore eyeliner like him?
yeah.
I think it would.
Yeah, I feel like every guy should do it. I mean, if you want to do it, do it. If not, that's cool too. I just feel like, a lot of things that are typically defined as like feminine shouldn't kind of have a gender because
I
it's just a
thought
bunch of men.
Roderick's makeup was extremely masculine.
Yes, I really liked his. It looked so good on him.
It
Yes.
did.
And
It really fit
but
with
I
his
just-
character.
it did. I
Great
just do
actor
not-
too. The guy who played him was amazing. Okay, I'll let you talk.
I don't know how they got that little stick figure and turned him into Roderick from the movie. Like there's no like similarity between how the characters look alike, but I would say that their personalities they were portrayed well.
The book,
I mean,
the characters
it's
in the
not really that
book,
hard.
Greg's family
Just-
members are modeled to look like him just because they're his family members
Yeah.
with little variation. And then all the other characters are exaggerated caricatures of the people that he perceives in his real life. So they'll end up looking really different than how they look in the movie as normal people that they were trying to cast for. So Roderick is someone that looks vaguely similar to him. I see the two actors, their ears and nose, just from what I remember, and facial structure look kind of similar. So I don't know.
Like I haven't seen those movies in so long.
They're so good.
I don't really remember. I just remember the one with Peyton List. Was that the first one or which one
Wait,
was
who
that?
is that?
I think she's in like all of them.
Which character is that?
There was one. I don't remember her name in the.
Holly Hills.
Yes.
Is that the girl that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the girl
She-
that was in Jessie, right?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, yeah. Jessie
Yeah,
was a
I
good
liked.
show.
Jessie was a good show, but my favorite Disney show was Good Luck Charlie. That was a good one. I thought it was pretty fun.
Mm.
I don't know. I was not a very active watcher of Good Luck Charlie, but when I was like in elementary and it was on, I would watch it. But after third grade, I started watching not that stuff.
I watched a lot of Cartoon Network. That was kind of.
Oh, I
That
started
was a-
watching regular show again, like past 2 weeks. I'm already on
Oh
season
my
4.
God,
It's so
I-
good.
Love regular show so much. That's like one of my favorite shows of all time. It's so funny.
It's
like
so
one of the best
good.
cartoons. It's amazing.
I've been
Is your-
rewatching Adventure Time. I'm watching it right now. I'm on like season 2 or something. We got like HBO Max or whatever, and I watched what was it? Over the Garden Wall or something like that. I watched that. That was really good. It had a good soundtrack.
I watched Return to the 36 Chamber the other day, and it's kind of like what Bryant did to that kid where he tied him up. Because the dude, he learned... Okay, so should I explain the movie or you want to just hear about the character? Well, he learned to scaffold when he went to Shaolin to train for Kung Fu. And scaffolding is when you build a structure. I told you guys about this earlier. But you build a structure and you tie the things together. And he learned how to tie and do Kung Fu at the same time. So when he came back to avenge his friends because they were wronged by rich people, he came back to avenge them. And he was doing crazy Kung Fu because the only reason they couldn't get their pay back because their pay got knocked is because they were too powerful at Kung Fu, the bad guys. So this guy comes back and he was tying them all up like Bryant did.
Do you think you could give us kind of a reenactment of
I could,
like what the
or I'm not going to say that. Okay. No, I can't.
All right, man. Kind of lame if you ask me.
I don't know. It'd be easier to do a reenactment if I had someone here in person. Because what am I supposed to reenact on? It's tying
I
something
don't know.
else up.
You had some cool like hand movements
Oh.
going on. We were talking about is like
Okay, I'll do some hand movements. So there was like this ball thing that he trained, or it wasn't a ball, it was a circle, which is round like a ball. And it was round like a ball, and it was attached to something. And he would do these moves like, and it was super cool. And from that, because he would like roll around on the top like that, and like back flips and stuff, because he had to go on a structure that was like all made out of wooden, long objects that are made out of wood that are, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but it's like a circle that's long like this, and it's 3D.
Like a cylinder?
A
A
pillar.
cylinder. A cylinder, yeah. I was thinking rectangle.
Really didn't
prism.
know what a cylinder was called.
I forgot about what
Rectangular
I
prism?
haven't seen a cylinder in a while.
Geometry's hard, man.
It is hard. But he was like going around and doing that, and he was tying all the stuff together. And from that, he trained there. It was weird because in the movie, first they say that he had been there for 1 year, and he built the whole structure in 1 year because he had to scaffold around the palace thing, the Shaolin temple. But then later in the movie, the village people are like, "Oh, you're back from your 3-year journey," and it's like, was he there for 1 year or 3 years? And then earlier in the movie, they say that the Shaolin make the people leave a year early, or after a year of their training to see if they'll actually come back, but they never have the guy come back. Next, I gotta watch the 36 Chambers because the 36 Chambers is the first one that came out in 1978, I believe. But it's the same main actor that goes and trains, and I don't get it because in the one I watched, which is Return to the 36 Chambers, the main actor, he pretends to be a Shaolin monk to get donations from dumb people in the village. That's what he says. And then the story is he actually becomes a Shaolin monk to help his friends. But in the first one, he also goes and trains. So is it just a whole nother story, same dude? It seems like a lot of these actors will act in multiple kung fu movies with similar titles. I don't know. But it's a really good movie. It's on Netflix. You should check it out. Return to the 36 Chambers.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
Next
Ansel,
question.
your rap career? Or do you guys want to keep talking about
What?
Jocelyn? Jocelyn, you ever think about becoming a rapper / lyricist / singer?
No.
Well, do you want to?
No.
Why?
Writing songs is hard.
I will write all of it.
It's probably just gonna end up being about some like, I don't know. You can't really put like a label on your specific genre of music because it's just all over the place. So
I can
many
make
different.
any music.
Okay.
I mean, just tell me what you want to make. I can make ghetto tech. Or at least you probably don't want to make ghetto tech, but I want to make ghetto tech. It's just hard to come up with 3 lines that kind of rhyme with each other and sound cool over and over.
True. What
Yeah.
what was the question before that? You were talking about Ansel?
Oh, Shady D.
Hold
His
on.
comeback.
What?
Shady D, the #1 rapper
Mhm.
from the street.
Revival.
Revival. There was one before?
Yes, Shady D has a long timeline. He started out as a lowly Sherpa who moved to the my classroom in 7th grade. And he said to me, "Trepak, I want to learn the ways of rap battles." And I said, "Okay, what is your name?" And he said, "I want to be called Shady D." Because it means short and fat D. It's super funny.
What? So random.
He said, "It represents me as a person, and it really lets people know who I am." and then I said, "Okay, Shady D, I will accept your request, and I will train you in rap battles." And he challenged a formidable opponent. He went up to Brad, a public figure. I can say his name on the podcast. No, I'm kidding. I think first name people don't care, right?
A lot of people are
Yeah.
Hypothetical Brad. I'm not saying he's real or fake, but in this story, hypothetical kid named Brad was a rap superstar, and they rap battled, and it was super cool. And then Shady D retired.
Yeah, and then
What?
the entire thing got shut
And it
down.
almost got me suspended
Wait.
for.
What
And it
grade
also
was
almost got me suspended. So
this? Hold on.
for
What
that.
grade was
Thanks, Ansel.
This was 7th grade.
Oh, were you guys in the blacktop, but you were like in this area like by the trees? Like
That's where we always chilled, but that rap battle took more. It was more in the middle of the blacktop towards the cargo crate containers. Do you remember the day where, like, I think it was the day where you pick all your clubs, right? You remember the big,
Oh, yeah.
the huge crowd that formed?
yes.
That was for Shady D versus B Rad.
I remember that. I was there.
I set that up, yo.
Man,
there.
it almost got me suspended.
Yeah, they racially
Yeah,
profiled Bryant and took him in for what I did.
Yeah, they
So-
literally
They thought I was
did.
That's actually what they
rapping.
did.
Oh my god, they
It was
thought I
so
was
messed up.
rapping.
What?
Holy shit.
I was there, but I left before things escalated because I could tell where they were going, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be associated with this. I'm out. And then I left. And then I heard that there were so many people who got in trouble. It was actually kind of funny, though, because I remember seeing Ansel, like, I remember, like, Ansel throughout all of middle school would just sag all the time.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so horrible because it was
Ansel?
yes.
You just had to look. You couldn't keep your eyes
I don't
off.
remember him ever doing it.
No, it was
That's
just
kind of
like,
weird.
I can't believe you
no,
say
it
that.
was just that, dude. Everybody knew what exact
Masood.
brand of underwear you wore every single day.
Masood,
did you
because
admit that
your
you
pants were
sagged all the
way down to
time?
your knees.
He actually did. You
No.
never saw him sag?
For
He
a-
would,
No.
he would walk around
He
For a
did.
with
time.
his pants to his
Fine.
knees.
I
And-
never know.
Yes.
Yeah,
And he
no,
put
that
his
was like
backpack,
really
he
dumb.
put his backpack all like down low and stuff, so it was hitting like the back of his knees when he would walk.
That was not intentional. That was just how my backpack was.
That was
I
aw-
know,
I think you
because
should
you
start
had-
doing that again.
You had the same backpack for years, and I remember that every time you would take it out, I think, did you have it in elementary school?
5th grade.
Because I remember you would take it out to the blacktop during recess, and one
What?
time you like fell off of like the tall thing where those like swirly
Yeah.
both things
Yeah.
are. You fell off of the back of that, and you landed on your back.
Oh my god.
I remember Brando like ran over to you so fast, and he like asked if you needed CPR.
Oh my god.
It was so.
Oh, I remember the nut jobs.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. It was so funny because
I still have the slideshow.
okay, don't bring up the slideshow. I don't want to hear about this. It's
I want to hear about it.
I also
No,
want to hear
it's
about
quite.
it.
No, we're not getting into this.
Is it like a play?
kind of?
It was
I've
kind of
seen the
we were-
slideshow.
It was like-
no.
just
It was a
kept going.
sitcom. It was a
It
sitcom that
was.
we did in recess. It was a sitcom.
And I just wanted to be included, if I'm being honest here. I hated it, but all of my friends would participate in it, so I had no choice. But at least I didn't have to sit on the buddy bench.
All of your friends?
Yeah.
They were your
Oh,
friends.
Right.
Jocelyn, go watch episode 3 of our Bro Connections podcast. We talk all about the buddy bench. It's a really good episode.
I saw a little bit of it, but
Wow, you're a
I
big
thought-
fan.
no, I just got invited and I got the YouTube link, so I just clicked through a couple of them. I don't think I actually watched a full one, like all the way through.
Dang.
Sorry. I will, but not right now. But
Okay.
Yeah, that
The
buddy
buddy
bench
bench-
one was one of the best.
Yeah.
No, it
sad
was,
that guy
like-
sucked.
the buddy bench was so lame. Like
Yeah.
I feel like only the campus monitors. Like, do you remember in the cafeteria at our elementary school, we weren't even allowed to like talk because and they would just yell so loud, and it annoyed me so
Miss
much.
Christie be like, eh!
Jeez.
She did do that, yes.
Yeah. At my old school, we had this was like maybe first grade. I wasn't at the school where I met all of you guys. I was at a different school, and in that school we had this like campus safety lady who always tried to like play basketball with all the other kids and stuff, like with all the kindergartners. And she would just like take the ball from them, right? Sometimes she'd make them cry. But most of the time she just laughed and thought it was hilarious. But I remember she forced me to play one time, and let's just say I wasn't the most athletic person, so maybe I fell. I just face planted into the floor, and she laughed at me as she tried to help me up. And this wasn't fair because I didn't even know how to tie my own shoes, man. That was so messed up. Like I didn't know how to tie my own shoes. So I had to like go ask my teacher like, "Hey, can you help me tie my shoes, please? My fingers are too small and chubby for this." And I literally had like baby carrot fingers. It was so funny. But I couldn't tie my own shoes. So then when she wanted me to go play basketball with them at recess, I started crying already because I didn't know how to tie my shoes. And then she like anyways, I fell, I went home early. Have you ever put rubbing alcohol on a wound so bad and it just like you feel like you just like got burned alive? Like
It's bad every time.
Yeah.
it is bad every time. And I have to do that quite often now because my dog just loves to bite me. But I had a huge just bump on my forehead, and my dad
Oh my God.
helped me push it down with a hot spoon.
Why?
The back of this, because if not, I already had a concussion. But
Really?
you've never had to do that?
Did you go to the doctor?
No.
I always think like ice pack. I don't think hot spoon.
It sounds like a very sketchy
No.
medical practice.
That's like an old school
It
practice.
was. But yeah,
It
was
worked?
very painful. It did work, actually. Surprisingly, it did.
Your concussion was cured?
No, it was not cured at all. I got very sick after.
Oh.
It was like, you
Wait,
know when like if
did
it
you
hurts-
break any bones?
No, if I did, I would. And I didn't go to the doctor after that. I'd probably be dead.
Have you ever broken a bone?
I mean,
If you didn't break any bones when you fell, you were fine.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
At least
that
with
was
basketball.
true. Yeah, that was true. I was just not a very athletic child, and I still am not to this day. But I still played soccer anyways.
I don't even break
And-
bones like that.
No, I've never broken a bone.
Me neither. Like, it sounds like it would totally
Yeah, me
suck to
neither.
have a broken bone or like get a bone
Yeah.
broken. Because I imagine,
okay.
I think about it a lot, like breaking my arm in half. That would totally suck.
You
Well,
think
it's not
about
quite
it.
like that, but
Wait, Sebi.
Imagine
you
right
broke it-
here, both the bones
Oh my
that go down your
God.
arm.
Oh yeah, Sebi broke his arm.
Really?
I remember.
well, I mean, if it's like how you described, then yeah, that would not be fun. But I broke to be specific, my right radius, which is like you have two bones in here, and your right radius is like right here.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were playing basketball once out at PE. We were in like teams of 4. It was just practice. It was out on the
Oh, that's so
blacktop.
funny.
This is only like a year or two ago, and my team was awful. By the way, it's not like if you're just like bad at sports, but you're trying. Like I won't get mad at you, but if you're just like not doing anything and you're just sitting there and the ball comes to you and you're like,
I hate
and you don't
those
do
kids.
anything, then that really
Mhm.
bothers me a lot. See, my team wasn't doing anything, and yeah, I'm awful at basketball, and I don't even like basketball, but I was like trying, really hard. And then the ball was like, someone hit the ball and it was starting to like go off the court or was about to, and me and Tyler both went after it. We weren't even going that fast. It was like a moderate jog. And then we both like lunged for it. I like hit my foot on like Tyler's like his Achilles heel or whatever. And then we both like tumbled and flipped over. Like I like tumbled on my head like 3 times. And then yeah, my arm like hurt, and I was like bruised on like my knee, here, everywhere.
How old were you?
I didn't feel that bad, you know. And like also, since it was like the blacktop, all like I don't know, kind of like the dust from it rubbed off. So it was like I was like wearing blackface or something. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. Not that I wanted to, not that I was proud of that either, but that's what it looked like. It was that bad. And then I went to the office. Tyler walked me. He complained like, "Oh, you hurt my ankle, idiot." He was fine. I was the one who was hurt. And then we went there, put like alcohol on it, and then for like 2 days, I didn't go to the hospital, but like my arm really hurt. I couldn't even like zip my backpack closed. And then finally, we like went to a clinic, and they did an X-ray, and my arm was broken. So
That sucks.
Oh,
Wow.
that's the story. Yeah, it's the only time I've ever broken a bone.
was this in like elementary school?
No, this was like not even 2 years ago. This
A
is
year
like,
ago.
Did you see
like a
that?
year ago.
Right.
7th grade.
Wasn't it 7th
No.
grade? Yeah.
Yeah, 7th grade. No trip huck. We did not see that. Or
Dude.
at least I didn't.
What?
I just did this and
What?
crushed the can. Like I stepped on it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. You get a golden star.
Thanks.
Next question.
That's
question.
funny, Sebi.
Well, we don't
Wait, hold on.
have
Brando,
all that
it
many
looks like you're
questions.
wearing a hat just where your head is sitting.
How much can you lift with one arm?
I don't know. I don't really.
More or less than 50 pounds deadlift.
With one arm?
Yes.
No one does a deadlift with one arm though.
Yeah, but it's like, what? How heavy of a one
I don't.
single dumbbell could you lift?
I
Like
mean,
to like crouch over like that and then like lift it up above your head.
No. Or yeah. Let's say that you crouch down,
Okay.
lift it up above your head. How much can you do?
oh,
How much
my
weight? One
arm
of those.
would snap like a twig. Like, do you see this?
I think it's
Why
like-
is it...
It's only 200 pounds. It's some like amount of force that's really high to actually break a bone.
I would say maybe
Let's see.
probably over 50 pounds. I would say maybe 50 or so. If I was really, really trying.
How much do you weigh? Or can I not ask that?
I don't know how much I weigh. But I am 5 feet tall.
Congrats.
That's nice.
Yes, this is a big accomplishment. I've been
Okay.
waiting for this
To
forever.
break a human femur, it's 1 million kilograms per square meter of force. So 1,700 psi. But for smaller bones, 25 pounds may be enough to break them. So it's dependent on the bone, I guess. Well, that's obvious.
Wow,
but
that's awful.
Well, I have
Hmm.
very twig arms. I would definitely say that
So you think you can
I'm
do 50?
also I think I could do 50 if I really, really tried. But
Nice.
if I was like not really trying, I would say maybe I could do like 30, 35. I don't know. Something simple.
I think I could do at least like 70 to 100. 70 I
You
don't
also
know.
have twig arms.
I feel like you would probably fall over. Yeah, there you go. I'm
What?
sure you're strong
Like
enough to do it,
wrist.
but you would probably
Your-
lose balance.
Your wrist.
I have
is
small, my wrist is bigger than yours, but I have, my body fat percentage is like 6 or 7. Like I have none.
That
But
doesn't really
I
sound
mean,
good.
like,
Gains.
I know. I've been
Come on,
working on
guys,
it.
clap for him. This is like really.
I think
big
it
for him,
increased at least a
obviously.
millimeter. Thank you for your support. I'll make sure to show
Apparently, I'm
you
the
every
only one who
time.
cares.
Okay, so do you believe in astrology?
Yeah, I would say so.
Why?
Because if you analyze it more, then I would say numerology is definitely more
Is that like math?
accurate. It's really complicated, but it's more numbers about the days and stuff. It's way more complicated.
So it's like
But-
calendars.
Essentially, it's just numbers. But I would say astrology, it's Western astrology, it's pretty accurate from what I've seen, I guess, sometimes. I think it just depends on the person, because sometimes it could be like the complete opposite, but I feel like a lot of it kind of has to do with like the circumstances of what exactly is going on in your life.
Genetics.
Yeah, I know that Chinese astrology, I know that a lot of what they say actually is like physical traits. So like, for example, if you're like born in a horse year, you could possibly, have a
You
longer.
have a long face.
Yeah. I feel like
Thought that was going somewhere else.
I thought I don't want to say where I thought, but
no,
that was a good
I know
joke.
what you thought, but
What was it?
we're not gonna talk about it. No, we're not gonna talk about it.
About what?
Next question.
Okay, next question. So you believe in astrology because of numbers or something? Okay, so
Amplify it to that, sure.
I don't like that the if you could have a discussion question. That one's dumb in my opinion, but I mean we could do it if we want. Should we just move on to regular podcast stuff?
Is that all the questions?
It's not all the questions. It's all the questions I want to ask. Okay, I'll ask. You want another one?
How long did it take you to think of these questions?
Like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Or less? It wasn't that long.
20 minutes obviously wasn't enough.
They're good questions. I mean, we've been talking for almost an hour off of these questions.
Really?
Yeah, it was because like we were talking about like elementary school stories.
Yeah, which came from the questions. I mean, I think I did
That's
a pretty
true.
adequate job. Okay, I'll just how do you feel about Brando?
What?
Is one of the questions.
Like,
What?
you have to explain a little bit.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
you-
in
No.
general terms.
No, you have to give some like context on this situation. What do you mean? How
Okay,
do I
Brando?
feel?
How do you feel about his hair?
Brando's
I
a
don't
nice
want.
guy.
No, I'm leaving. I don't want. No.
No,
thank you. Go, go, go.
Brando,
I don't
you
want
leave your
this.
bitch.
It's not like
No.
a
go.
weird
Brando, you
way.
leave your pussy.
Wow.
I'm leaving.
What?
It's not in a weird way.
I'm
I'm
No,
leaving.
just saying,
Brando.
this is how I feel
This
about
is
Brando
really weird.
personally. Brando,
Here,
you're a
I'll,
cool guy.
Brian, why did you
Okay. Thank you.
And you're very smart. And you have a lot of input on a lot of things. So I feel about
Okay.
you, Brando.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay?
But why about me?
Because I feel like you're underappreciated.
I'm overappreciated.
Well, then someone should have something bad to say.
Jesus.
I feel like you have your
Maybe
camera or
in
your mic
certain-
unmuted too much. That's a bad thing.
There you go. Brandon has his mic unmuted too much.
But Jocelyn,
And then
how
maybe
do you
in
feel about
certain
Brando?
situations,
Oh, wait, Sebastian, go.
maybe in certain situations that seem like common sense would be very easily achieved, and Brandon would find an easy outcome, like very simple situations. An easy outcome is not
So he's
found.
like a rat. Simple
What?
mind.
Rats are smart.
Yeah.
No,
they
I just
overcome
come up with the
simple
least common
situations.
sense. No, sometimes no. I know what the common sense thing to do is, but I find it's funnier not to do it and do the other.
Well, there
Yeah,
you
it
go.
is.
But you just make everything more difficult on yourself.
It's funnier though.
Okay. So you
So Jocelyn, what's your answer?
I mean, we were good friends in elementary school, like we just hung out. But I don't know. We're not like close like that anymore.
So how do you feel about him in general terms?
yeah.
He's
Is
a
he
good
a
guy.
cool guy? He's a cool guy?
Yeah,
nice
he's a
guy?
cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
Okay, what do you feel about Trey Park then?
Yeah, how do you feel about Trey Puck?
Well, first of all, I don't like the fact that you just referred to yourself in the third person.
Oh God.
I'm repeating the question. It would be weird if I said, how do you feel about me? Or weirder than, I don't know.
No, I think you just like kind of made it a little bit more weird, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know you guys too well to like make full like in
On a
depth.
scale of 1 to 10, how big of an accomplishment was the moon landing?
Like the first one ever.
Yes.
Like
Nobody cares about any other moon landing.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
The first moon
No,
landing, the
really.
United States official moon landing.
All of the moon landings.
I would
The
say
one in space.
Oh, the one in no, I don't think he's talking about the one in space. The moon landing.
Mhm.
I don't really care. Like I feel like yes, it's a big accomplishment, but did another country do it before us?
No, we
No.
were first.
No way. Are
We
you
were the-
kidding me? No
How did
way.
We were the
know?
first. We were the first and only.
Number 1. And like number 2 and 3 and 4 and ever many else.
Okay.
So you would
Then I
I
guess
would put
that
it
was-
at like a 3 or a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10.
What the
Yeah.
heck?
I mean, how much do I,
I would
care
give
about the
it
moon
a
landing?
6 to 7.
Yeah.
I would give it a
It's
10.
kinda sketch if you look at all the
I mean,
details.
Yeah.
I would give
First
it a
moon
10.
That's
landing.
what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like,
I would give it a 7.
I'm
I
sticking
would
with a
You
3.
know, they use computers that are less powerful than your smartphone to launch the rockets.
Yeah. But
They do?
rockets are like fire.
I could believe that.
No, the first the moon landing rockets where they use computers less powerful than your smartphone
Yeah.
that took up the size of a warehouse.
Because they had not good technology. A smartphone is
Yeah.
advanced technology.
like a modern day cell phone?
Yeah, but no, I'm saying cell phone, but it's less powerful than a cell phone, but the computer took up the size of a warehouse.
So they did it with bad to our standards hardware or software as well, I guess.
But in that time, that was like
The
very,
best.
very advanced. That
Yes,
like,
it was-
that's the
Yeah, no,
best.
definitely.
Yeah.
It was
I would
the
say if you're definitely comparing it to now, it wouldn't seem that big of a deal. But just like to them, if they were like first ones ever to do it, that would be a really big accomplishment. Like you would feel very cool to be one of those people who like sat and got to watch it happen.
You know, the
Yeah.
astronauts all got Corvette Stingrays.
That is
That's
true.
so
They all
cool.
did. That is
Why
pretty
does-
awesome. Because they're astronauts. Just come on, man.
It
Uh,
has to be.
too.
It's for the PR. Oh, and also their wives all got designer clothing.
What year? Oh, 1969, I would have said.
1969. That was
Although-
the.
Oh,
Although-
that's a dope. Yeah, I love that car. That's close to the one that the porn. Or never mind.
What?
Nothing.
You know, the Corvettes, they actually had to charge them $1 to get the Corvette because I don't know if it's still a thing, but there used to be a law that companies could only like get employees a gift of like a certain expense. So if they actually wanted the Corvette, they had to pay $1 to get it.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
if they
also
couldn't
another thing about
afford
the moon
it.
landing. In terms of like the
Couldn't afford
technicality of it, yeah, it's definitely a 10. The only reason why I give it a 7 is because in terms of like all the achievements in history, when you think about how much did it affect like the average person, like the average
Yep.
American, not a whole lot. So that's why I would give it a 7 and not like a 10.
I think
It's not
that-
like as important as invention as like the car or
Farming.
something like that, or paper.
I would rank
Yeah,
like
I would.
the
Farming.
Islamic caliphates, what they did with like math and science and stuff. That's higher than the moon landing on my scale.
Could be, yeah. Or I don't know, even the invention of like sunglasses, eyeglasses.
If we can colonize Mars, though, I might bump my score up to like a 6 for that.
Yeah.
We can use the
For
moon to colonize
colonizing
Mars.
Yeah.
But
I think Mars would be like 9 or 10. Come on, that's like you
Sure.
putting someone on a completely other planet. You know, that's just like
Yeah.
you just changed the game right there.
I give,
Yeah,
I don't know.
like,
In
Like
my
the fourth
mind,
dimension.
definitely bigger deal, right?
to
Especially
me,
if you're like,
in my heart, I would give it a 6. But I mean, it's cool. I give a lot of things a 6. 6 is a
What else
positive
is it?
score.
It is
there
above
anything
average.
to
It's still not as good as 808s and Heartbreak.
Do you have a single 10 on your history's achievements list?
Yes, 808s and Heartbreak is a 10 out of 10 album. As well as Jesus.
So you think that
And
those were
Bleach.
so so good?
So you think
Okay.
that those songs?
A 10 in my historical achievements list. I don't know. Like, what is that good?
Farming.
is
I would
so
say
cool
farming
to
is
you?
number one.
Oh, but who
Yeah, agriculture
Yeah,
is
the
probably
invention
the
of
most
farming.
important invention.
who invented farming?
We did.
No,
Oh, we did.
people.
People.
Homo sapiens.
We invent. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows who did it exactly.
So I think that it's
You know,
it's not even that big of an accomplishment.
Bunch
if
of
not
people.
a single person did.
It
'cause
really
that's
is
more
though.
of
Like
a-
completely changed
Oh.
human history.
That's more
Yeah,
like a
it's
game
number
than
one.
accomplishment. Or
I mean, we
innovation.
accomplished
You know-
it. We did it.
Oh, we
Do you
did.
mean like?
Yeah.
You mean like our very far ancestors did?
Yeah, us humans.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, ostriches poop out seeds and it gets planted.
Wow.
So we probably
Yeah, but
learned
they don't
from
know
them.
that they're planting it.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's-
dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
ostriches
farming
don't
is
know what they're
probably a
doing.
really good thing that happened.
They just poop.
Yeah.
I like
This
farming.
everything right here. This is because of farming.
Yeah, look at this. Farming.
That's farming right there.
If not,
Yeah.
we would be chasing down deers in
Demons.
fields.
Lions.
And
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, there you go. We'd be running from the lions. Yeah.
I,
Brenda,
I
didn't
have
you
a
say
question.
that's why we have the hardest time with African animals?
Yep.
Did you ever attend
I
a
have a
daycare,
question.
Yes,
Jocelyn?
because we evolved with African animals.
Okay,
Oh no, I did not attend daycare.
Preschool?
What the
Daycare.
heck?
No, I didn't go to preschool.
Okay.
Yeah, who goes to
I-
preschool?
I went to preschool.
I went to school.
I went to
I did.
preschool. What are you talking about? I went to
That's
preschool.
majority.
Preschool was lit. Preschool was the best.
awesome,
I got to
dude.
play
Yeah,
with
you
a
get to
lot.
take
Locking it
naps
down.
in preschool.
I didn't actually like
That's
my
how it
preschool.
lit.
I got to
I
play with
refuse to take
I
naps.
Oh,
don't
you
have
know-
any friends.
in
What?
preschool. That's where I met Moment, and we became friends.
Are you
We were friends in
serious?
He's a really
preschool.
nice
Moment.
guy.
Yeah, I met Moment in preschool. So actually, I've been friends
Oh my
longer
God.
with Moment than I have been with you.
Wow.
Oh
Well-
my god.
Damn, Brando. Damn.
Ansel, it's okay if you have to leave. It's okay if you need to like take some time. Like,
He didn't
Damn.
No,
know.
it's
He
fine,
didn't mean
man.
it.
Your best
fine.
friend Brando.
Remember what I was just saying about those
Holy
common sense
shit,
situations?
That was rough.
But you're the best. You're the number one. Okay, so don't feel bad.
You're
Yeah,
my number one
you
customer.
ju- How can you say he's number one when you just said I've been friends with Moment longer than you? Like,
That
damn.
long
That was
having
cold.
something. No, here's the thing. Having something for longer doesn't mean it's your favorite. Like having a 20-year-old truck that you've had for 20 years doesn't make it your favorite over the new truck you just bought now.
I mean, you didn't get rid of it for
Had it
20
for
years.
20
though.
years, so
Yeah.
of course. Like,
you kind of owned it for 20
You just
years.
dug yourself into a really deep hole, Brando.
Wow.
I did not dig myself in any holes.
Wow.
No,
anyway, let's switch the subject.
You're the
and,
only one who thinks that.
Who's taking AP World History next year?
We
Ah.
like everybody.
I signed up.
I signed up.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, I did too. It's either
Who
that
isn't
or
taking that
Hannah's.
class?
Yeah.
No
Jocelyn?
one.
doesn't everyone have to take
Cody.
No, you can take not pre-AP World History.
Who took pre-AP
Or
World
not-
History
I
this
mean
year?
not AP. Everybody did.
All of us right here.
Yeah, AP
Yeah.
Human
I was
Geography.
gonna say,
AP
Oh, you-
Human
oh,
Who took
AP
AP Human
Human
Geography?
Miss
Who has
Lawrence said
AP?
next year AP World History would be pretty tough. She said it would be like an hour of like studying you would have to do on your own, but I would take that over Hannah's.
every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, Hanners is teaching what?
That's what
next
she
Oh
year?
my
said. I feel
God.
like it's gonna be easier than that.
Hannah's
Normal
is teaching
world
the
history.
normal grade level.
AP?
Yeah.
Oh, normal
Pre-AP.
grade level. Oh yeah. Hell no, I don't want to deal with Hanners. Hanners is.
Plus, in AP World History, you get to
No.
learn about Nazis and shit. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
You really like the Nazis, Bryant.
That's
No.
like his favorite
in
thing.
your, all
I'd
your
rather
meme
pass
posts,
out
you
again
have
than
something
you
about
know,
Nazis.
hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna post
He has a Nazi fetish.
something in general. Hold on.
I'm gonna post something in general.
He does.
Is it something that belongs in memes? 'Cause if so, don't post it in general. Well, you guys got anything to talk about?
If you post it in general.
Not really.
Okay, you're gonna have to do some like heavy editing on this for sure, because like
You know what that say?
Brento could not stop name dropping like every 2 seconds.
I think that
Like
I'm gonna give up on
Okay.
editing.
Okay,
That's
good.
straight up rock.
I'm gonna edit the first 12 minutes, and then the rest I'm gonna let it be.
Okay, but you actually have to like at least edit the part where you were like talking about that like kung fu stuff. You have to edit that. Like make it look cool.
It already looked cool.
All right, guys, look at memes.
Did you not think that was cool?
Look at memes.
Maybe in your own mind.
There.
From your
No,
own
I feel
perspective.
like maybe in your mind it was like way cooler and you had some like special effects, but make it like
It's
visual
hard to
for
edit, okay? I'm not gonna go 45 minutes into the podcast and then edit that for 2 minutes. Maybe if it was a short, I would edit it good, but my time is valuable, and I would rather be watching YouTube.
Wow, that's like
Watch
the
out.
best time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
best thing.
That's very noble.
Okay, if you were to go on a killing
gentleman
rampage in a
and a
car,
scholar.
which
No!
car would you choose?
Not this
No,
question. Let's just end it.
no,
Let's
one of
end
them.
it right here.
No.
End it. Just
Oh.
end
One
it.
of them.
No.
We're
I
not
like
agreeing
that
End
on
it.
question. My room's
End
just
it.
getting dark. I think we should keep going for at least like 20 minutes.
Sure.
You know, I'm kind of.
I would pick a Escalade.
Wait, hold on. You didn't even tell me what the question was.
Oh, the question is.
The question is no.
No, let's skip
No.
it. Let's skip it.
This-
Skip it.
Skip
You
the
don't wanna hear the
question.
question. Jocelyn wants
Just
to
to
hear
be
it.
clear, we did not agree upon that.
Yes, we did. It's on the
Or
list.
even discuss
This,
that.
we did not.
You can tell who made the question. Okay.
Yeah,
it
I
was
think you can
Brando.
tell.
Okay.
No, it was train.
If you if you were to go on a killing rampage in a car,
No,
which
I
car
was
would
gonna
you
leave
pick?
then.
Like IRL GTA?
Yeah, like GTA.
Minivan for me. Fucking minivan.
what-
Let's
car
say
would I-
it's in a very realistic simulation game. In real
We're
life.
not doing
A
very
soccer mom's
realistic
minivan.
simulation.
That's why I would go on a murderous
So like if
rampage
you
in.
took like
That's a
The
good
Last
idea.
of Us and then took it to like the extreme and like put it in like VR,
Yeah,
I would say
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like maybe a F-150 or like I said Escalade
A
because
soccer
just so
mom's
cool.
minivan. I'd
Yeah,
choose
that has a
soccer
lot of
mom.
weight. That would be
Yeah.
a lot of force.
A
being put
Peterbilt
into it.
389.
Jesus.
Let me see.
That's
that.
a little too slow, though.
Optimus
radius
A
would be
Prime.
really
Peterbilt
bad.
389 is a really fast though. It can go
semi-truck?
up to like 150 miles an hour.
Really? But that's not good for
No.
turning.
Yeah, the
like,
Peterbilt can.
Imagine
No, but
trying
you're-
to hit a family, and it's let's just say that it's like a mom and her daughter, or anybody else. It doesn't matter. Someone with their kid, and then they grab the kid and jump away with
The
the
kid part really matters. The kid
How?
part really matters.
How are you gonna swerve and hit them?
You're just gonna
In
drive
a
through a crowd,
semi-truck.
and because the truck is so big, you're just gonna hit.
This is
Attach
why
a trailer and drift.
another
Yeah,
car I
trailer
would
and
pick.
drift.
You know,
maybe like
you know-
a Challenger.
you know. There's one guarantee to this. You'll hear a lot of bones cracking.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
Yeah, but why are we
with
talking about
engine.
this?
And
Yeah, I kind of regret saying that.
I'm
I
not
don't-
saying I would participate in that, but I would take a Ram TRX.
Well, you really thought this out, Sevi.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
wants that supercharged Hemi.
Yeah.
I would get a.
I want that 15-liter Cummins XT engine. Rolling coal. It has to be rolling coal.
Why did
So
you put
I'll-
so much thought into this, Brando?
Jocelyn, what would you pick?
I don't know.
How do you not know? Think about
Why-
Just pick-
effectiveness,
Why? Ask this
comfortableness of riding, and how fun it'll be to hit people in a car.
question. It would not be
Pick-
fun at all.
Jesus.
Just
It's a
pick
video
the
game.
biggest. Just pick the biggest car that you like your biggest favorite car.
Yeah.
Or truck.
What-
Let's just say what's your favorite car, to be honest.
Helicopter.
No.
That's a
What
much
if
better
you
question.
took an entire school bus and just
With the
Hmm.
kids in it. Time down.
No.
Make them
Okay.
No seatbelts.
Can we move on to our next question? This is a
Next
little.
question.
You guys.
Oh wait, I have a great
Yeah,
idea.
good
Why
idea.
not a
Favorite
gasoline tanker? A gasoline tanker semi? You just
Oh,
drive
God.
it into a stadium and it blows up.
Alright.
When the cops shoot at you, the tanker blows up and kills more people. Yeah.
Put a C4 on the
Brenda
side.
thinks a lot about this.
Just
Yeah,
put like a bunch
Brando.
of.
This is one of
fertilizer.
those issues he's been trying to solve for a long time.
Yeah, it's a little weird, Brando.
Yeah.
Just make a suicide truck. It's that easy.
Just put C4 in the trailer. Like, fill it up.
Okay, so
Oh, take a plane, right? Take
these
a
are,
plane.
like, the
Put
worst
a
topics.
thermonuclear bomb.
No, 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 no. No planes. No planes. No planes.
Planes are
It's
not
too
allowed.
soon.
How is it too soon?
Too soon.
Okay.
But you put a thermonuclear bomb in it and you fly it and crush it in the
That
biggest
does not
city in the
count.
world. And then it blows up, right?
That cannot
And so
count.
then you nuke Tokyo. Tokyo been nuked.
Why would you want to get Tokyo?
Not Japan
Because it's
again. Come on.
It's because it's the
Not
biggest
Japan.
city.
Japan's already been nuked twice. I think a third one wouldn't hurt them. Really.
Okay, let's do Shanghai then.
Jesus.
Shanghai.
No,
That would
Shanghai,
destroy-
Oh
yeah.
my
true.
god.
If Shanghai got
China needs
bombed
some
with a nuclear
radiation
bomb,
in
the
their life.
world would be
This
gone.
is not. No.
Yes, we're gonna do Shanghai.
If you want to kill everyone in the world, nuke Shanghai.
Yeah.
Nuke Beijing. That's where Moscow, Beijing, or
I mean-
Oh my god.
any in the world.
Japan is third time's a charm for Japan. Third round of radiation.
What the heck?
Why? I don't condone killing people.
None of us do.
No way.
Well, I don't know if Jocelyn.
Yeah, it's like totally bad. But if America would want to nuke someone, I'd nuke.
Why do you have an Easter egg?
I don't know because I found an Easter egg.
Just practicing.
My Easter egg hunting game.
He's practicing for when he's sent to
I
the
feel
Easter
like-
egg factory line.
No, I feel like Brando was one of those kids who like cried like while
Was
they were
dropped.
Really?
What?
I feel like no, Brando was one of those kids who like cried when like the Easter bunny and like the costume like forced you to like sit on his lap.
No, I didn't actually. I never minded that.
Weird.
You know, I actually had one time I had a discussion about with a Easter bunny about like something. I remember I was talking to him about like some sciencey thing.
Man.
Oh, and I
Easter
remember this
bunny.
one time I met up with a Santa Claus, and I asked him how he could like stop and to all the kids all in one night, and I told him like
Yeah,
how is that
Brandon was one of
possible?
those
You have
kids.
to go to like Mach 10 or some stuff, and he like tried to make up an answer.
But
Why would you
knew
do
he
that
was
to
wrong.
Santa?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why would you do that?
put him on the spot
That
like
guy
Brandon,
works
you're
minimum
literally, like,
wage. I
Making
can't
people
believe
lose
it.
Christmas spirit.
He makes minimum wage. He does
Wait,
not
hold
get
on.
paid enough.
You're the
for
Hold
this.
on,
villain in
I
all
have
the
a story
Christmas
about
movies,
losing
Brando.
Christmas spirit.
What? I just asked him how he does it.
Okay, but you probably like
Alright.
peed on
Nah, man,
his
just
lap
accept
after
it.
or something.
I
feel like
pissed
you
on
just
Santa's lap
like
before.
that.
Why?
I literally pissed in my diaper on Santa's lap.
That's gross, man.
Jesus.
Wow.
Why are you laughing for so long? What is going on?
Brandon's laughing because he wished that's what he did because he hates Santa.
Whoever said he hated Santa?
You know, for some
Brando.
reason
How
I
old
always
were
wanted to capture Santa Claus.
Okay,
why.
how old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real?
Like,
Oh, I was pretty young. I always knew that.
I was about
Not
5
real.
years old because my mom didn't want to buy me all these expensive presents, so
I was
They
like
told me.
first grade.
she can just give me a gift card or something. So
Yeah.
I learned when I was 15, I would say.
I learned that Santa wasn't
Sebi,
real.
you're just turning. Sebi.
I learned when
I'm
I learned that Santa wasn't real since the beginning. My parents just told me Santa isn't real.
Yeah, I was never told
Wow.
he was real.
they totally ruined the fun. Why would they do that?
Why
You know,
did you do
Santa,
that?
all the other kids are celebrating, it's not real. Now we're gonna celebrate Christmas for the rest of your life.
They literally like take me to the store to pick out my gifts one time.
That sounds
That's so
awesome.
lame.
I got to do
That's
that
so
anyways.
awful.
What's even the point anymore?
hey, you guys,
No, I
You
feel
guys
like
know-
wow, what's even the point anymore? You know, that's like actually really sad. I only found
hey
out
guys,
that Santa
you
wasn't
guys know
real
all the
because when I was like
Burnham.
maybe 5, 6, I saw my parents putting the Christmas presents under the tree. And
Wow.
they
Sebi, are you okay?
Did I just
Why
hear
not?
glass breaking?
Sebby, are you okay?
What just
Did I
happened?
just hear glass breaking?
He's good.
What's going
Sebby, are you okay?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think a glass broke. Duh.
Something happened.
I don't think I'm okay, guys. I think I'm gonna have to
Mm.
take the rest of this night off.
Really?
Aw.
Wait, hold on. You guys know what they do? What the post office does with all the sand letters kids put in their mailboxes?
Burn
They
them?
turn them. I heard. Fun fact. Yeah, and they turn them into napkins.
Turn them into money.
Napkins.
They just shred it all.
Wow.
Shred them.
Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do with them?
Recycling, I guess. Like, what are you
Okay.
supposed to do?
If you could
They
They
have
make
Exactly.
stencils out of them.
if you could have a discussion with one person, alive or dead, of all time, who would you discuss with?
Hmm.
The first human ever created. So I can tell
You
them.
said
They
alive
wouldn't
or
even speak
dead?
English.
They just be like,
Alive or dead?
Let's go with not alive. Because if it's alive, that's too many options.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
so only dead people?
that sucks. I don't care about
Only dead people.
Just alive or dead. That's
Okay,
better.
Fine,
Dead or alive.
And it would be like a celebrity, right?
Sure.
It could be
It doesn't
anyone.
need to be.
It could be your
Anybody.
grandma.
Yeah,
Literally
your
anyone.
grandma.
It could be like a group of people, but just one person.
It'd be kind of lame to
It's
pick
one
someone
person.
you've already talked to, though. It's just my opinion.
I would say.
Or someone you could just email.
Yeah, that's true. But if it was a family member,
But don't feel coerced to pick anyone.
No,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Like if I was to pick a family member, I would pick my grandpa. And if it was just a random celebrity, I'd probably choose. It's a hard question, actually. There's a lot of people who are like really cool or did like really big things. Maybe.
I would pick Ivan the Terrible, and alive would be Kanye West.
Mm.
If
Or
I were to pick a
Rasputin. That'd be
celebrity
cool.
who was alive, I would maybe pick maybe AOC or something. She's pretty cool.
Okay, so a live person, I would pick Mark Hamill, and coming up from the grave, I would pick Carrie Fisher, gotta come out the grave, and I'll tell her to stop.
Carrie Fisher?
using
Why would you
cocaine.
talk to Carrie Fisher?
No. No. So I can tell her not to use cocaine because that's what kills her.
I thought it was heroin.
Oh my
What
god.
did you want from her?
Oh, sorry, Jocelyn. What'd you say?
So, what would you even ask her?
Why you use cocaine?
I thought it was
When you were
heroin.
like 50
Who is Carrie
That's
Fisher
like such a
anyway?
waste.
She's Princess
the person
Leia.
who played
History.
Princess
Princess
Leia,
Leia.
so, yeah.
I would
If I
talk to
were-
Guy
Princess
that-
Leia if it was
Oh
Helen
my
Mirren
God.
A little bit
from the
too
sixth
much.
movie. If she wore the outfit
No,
she wore
she-
when she was enslaved by Jabba the Hutt, maybe I would talk to her then. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I stick with
Jocelyn, do you know what the outfit that is?
No.
Have you
It's a
seen it?
cool outfit.
Google
Carrie
Google
Fisher
Slave
didn't
Leia.
even die of an
Google
overdose. She
slave
died of
Leia.
She died of an overdose.
Loving cocaine too much.
Are you sure it was
She died of a
cocaine?
heart
Died of
attack.
an overdose.
Yeah, she died of a
No,
heart
she died
attack
of-
from drugs. I
From
mean,
an overdose, yeah.
It's like common
What am I
knowledge.
looking up?
Look up Carrie Fisher.
Slave Leia.
Slave Leia. Yeah, just look up Slave Leia. I bet
Is this
Ansel's into
like-
this.
Leia.
This will not contribute
Is this
much to
canon?
anything.
Is this canon?
It's from
Or
the
is
sixth
this like-
movie. You haven't seen Star
Yeah, it's
Wars?
Yeah.
really in the movie.
Canon. It's like her best
I've
outfit
seen-
ever.
It's
I've
from
seen-
Bryant's
I've-
fan fiction.
Yes. No, I read her date pad me.
Yeah, this
Natalie
was
Portman,
like-
Natalie Portman, if you ever watch this, hit me up. My Instagram's ThatRay4904. So, yeah. Come hit me up
Inaba, or
anytime.
Ruka Inaba, if you ever watch this, hit me up. You're one of my favorites. Okay, Did you find the picture?
Yes. Now I'm trying to find out how old she was.
She was like
In that
20
movie.
something.
She was like she was
wasn't
like 19.
16. I mean, she was like at least 20 or something.
Yeah, she was
What
like
was the movie
25.
20.
called?
I'd say 25.
Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
She was 25.
Really?
Surprisingly, yes.
That's what I said. I got it right. Let's go. What is she? She looks 32 in that.
Mhm.
Not good for her. I mean, besides the dying and stuff, and being in some movies that sucked towards the later, or I mean, the new Star Wars sucked. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she was dead, so they just used photographs of her.
Remember when she flew? I can't. That
Whoa.
was like the funniest moment.
Yeah. Ah,
That was so stupid.
that was pretty bad.
What?
Nobody laughed besides like me and my dad. We were just cracking up. Like, see, it was so dumb.
No, I think I remember that scene. It was pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, it's the first time she uses the Force. She like gets put
No,
out in-
not the first
It's not
time.
the first
Not
time.
the
What was the
first
first time?
Episode 6.
What did she do in
Sixth
episode
movie.
6?
She felt Luke's presence.
Okay,
Endor?
first time she used the Force to move something.
Never.
Exactly. So how is she half unconscious, moving herself
I mean, yeah.
in space?
No. The first time she ever used the Force to move something was in episode 7.
Was in what?
Episode 7.
I don't count after 6's canon. I like to believe it didn't happen,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
they did happen.
Those movies are pretty bad.
I still don't
it's
see how
But
you
now
don't like the
I
Han
have a
Solo
bunch
movie.
of Disney Plus shows to watch, so hey.
The only
Is it
thing,
even
the
worth
only thing
watching?
that, the only thing that was good about the third trilogy was the stormtrooper outfits.
Yeah, those are cool.
No.
What were you gonna say, Jocelyn?
I said, is Star Wars even worth watching?
First 6,
Yes.
yeah, definitely.
1 through 6,
6,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, Jocelyn. Okay.
They're
So
really good.
number 1 is episode 1 and 2 aren't really that good. Episode 3's good.
Episode 3's
4,
amazing. 4's great.
episode
How do you
3's
not like 4?
4 is the original. It's the OG.
4's the
Yeah, it's
best
the
one.
OG one.
Or no, it's not the best
5
one.
is 5 and 6 are really good, and the new ones we do not.
They're trash. They're like,
On a scale of
that
1
one-
to 10, they're all like a 2 or 1. 3 for special effects. Or no, special effects are super cool and they look real. But the movies were terrible and they ruined the franchise.
well, I also like
Yeah.
the First Order Star Destroyers. Those were cool.
I
Yeah.
watched like the newer movies, and for someone who didn't know the storyline at all, it wasn't too horrible. Like, I feel like because I didn't follow along with the storyline at all, maybe that's what made it a little bit more interesting. Just because everything was like completely new,
Yeah.
and the special effects were actually really, really cool. I thought that movie was really well edited and produced that way, but I don't know.
That's literally
I-
every movie with a high budget now.
The only good Star Wars movie that was made in the last 5 years was Rogue One.
Are you kidding me? That movie sucked. Han Solo movie was so good. You didn't like Han Solo?
Yeah, Han Solo was actually good. I forgot about Han Solo. Han Solo and Rogue One were good.
Rogue One wasn't as bad as the 3 that were terrible, but I didn't like Rogue One. I mean, it was okay. I don't know.
Rogue One was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I
thought
liked
Han
it.
Solo was so cool.
I liked it because of those.
So-
I liked it because of all the Empire stuff. You know, like Krennic and Darth Vader at that
I
last
should
scene.
rewatch it. I only watched it once, and I may have fallen asleep at 20 minutes of it. So I'll
I
watch
liked
it
all
again.
the
It's
Battle of
that-
the was like really cool though.
Wow,
I really
it's that
like it.
bad.
I usually don't fall asleep during movies. Like, it was really bad. I didn't like it.
Rogue One and Solo were really good, and then Solo was good. Rogue One was okay. It was pretty good at the end.
Well,
it sounds like
Um,
you're gonna have to watch all the Star Wars movies.
if you're looking for
Uh,
something to watch, you should watch the first 6 Star Wars movies and then Rogue One and Han Solo and maybe even the cartoons.
no, this is how you're supposed to watch them in order. You're supposed to watch 1 through 3, then Solo, then Rogue One, then 4 through 6.
Okay.
That's how you get the storyline in order.
Ansel,
He's sleeping.
Also falling asleep in this discussion.
Yeah.
Pulling the wings of redemption.
No, he's still. I actually think that he's still really kind of broken over that whole thing with like Brando.
Man, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Totally being rejected.
Yeah, I don't think we should talk
Him and
about
Brando
it.
could have been something.
Yeah. Let's spare him.
Yeah.
It's because also
Like shit.
you were
Could have
first
gone
grade.
somewhere. No, it's not.
If you had come to preschool, then we would have met. But you didn't come to preschool.
Yep, it's all your fault.
Then kindergarten.
Yeah, it's your
we-
fault.
Is
So
that-
see how Brando spins this?
Wow.
Spins it
It's
as
my
your
fault.
fault.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Brando, history fact of the day.
The Incas were the largest Latin American empire.
What did they do? What notable events?
They did many things.
Such as?
He's asking you for one specific detail, and you
They.
a lot.
When Brenda's dead, I have something to share too. A historical fact.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Continue, Brandon.
I like
no.
that segment. We should do it every week.
Incas were great engineers. They built farms on the
You just
side
looked
of
this
cliffs.
up. You're cheating.
No, I am not.
The
I'm
Incas
not.
are
Look
great
at-
engineers. Like,
Dude, if you're gonna like come up with a historical fact, don't you have to
No,
be
they really did though.
fully prepared for this?
They could build
Okay,
farms
I'll
inside
come
of
up
cliffs
with
by
it.
like flattening it out, so it was like really big steps.
I'll come up with a historical fact that I truly know.
good.
All right, well, Brando, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to go with my own historical fact.
Okay.
So, in both the United States and Britain, when slavery was allowed, or was not illegal, slave owners gave a special version of the Bible to their slaves. For a while, they didn't give them a Bible at all because they didn't want them to get their hands on it, but they gave them a special version, generally called just like the Slave Bible. And the Slave Bible was basically just the Bible, except 90% of the Old Testament was completely cut out and removed, and only half of the New Testament was kept in. So basically,
slavery
in the view of the
was
slave
even
owners, 90% of the Old Testament could be argued against slavery, basically. And at least half of the New Testament is basically a huge argument against slavery. Or slaves could read that and then say, well, this whole system that's oppressing us is like totally messed up, and it's not even supported by our religion. So yeah, it was called the Slave Bible. There's your fact.
Whoa.
worse. Slavery
Wow.
was even
That's
worse than
messed
we all thought.
up.
They messed up the Bible.
Did no one
Yeah,
see
they literally
Trayvon?
changed the Bible
no
to
one
justify
see-
slavery.
Wait, what?
See me
What?
No, I didn't see him.
Did no one see him?
What did he do?
He's
I mean, I
looking
see him
at
right
a
now.
weirdo.
Okay,
That's weird,
Bob, that
Jocelyn.
has to be
That's
your
weird.
picture for the thumbnail of the video. That has to be your picture for
Okay.
the thumbnail.
I could try to
Please.
find that. Let me find what time it is. Well,
What,
Yeah.
what do you
Very
think?
cool
Bible?
fact. Very cool fact.
those are the
Hey,
Bibles that should be
history
burnt.
fact of the.
Yeah, come on, Brando, you're slacking. You
That
don't.
new one.
I
He
just gave
is.
that bombshell. And you don't have anything. What do you
Come
have?
on.
Just go to what you know.
Okay,
Brando.
so I know.
President with the biggest
So-
schlong. Go.
I don't know the president with the biggest. What type of question is
I don't
that?
know all the lists of the
The
presidents.
biggest
Okay, I'm looking
president,
up
though,
the
was
list
William
of
Howard Taft.
all of the
Yeah, he had to
presidents.
be buried in a bathtub.
Big man.
He's so fat.
No, he was buried in a piano case, grand piano case.
That's so cool. That's what I want to be buried in.
That's messed up.
He's really fat. They
Apparently, he
couldn't
rode a horse. I wonder how he got on the horse.
They used weather balloons tied to him.
Okay, I'm looking at the
Jesus.
full list of all the presidents.
You know, Henry VIII was actually considered a handsome man when he was young.
No
he was
way.
like a life.
Him and
And
the-
then,
Isn't that the guy that like?
after
Yeah.
a jousting accident, he gets obese and then kills all his wives.
That sucks. For the wives. Be pretty cool to be Henry VIII, though.
But yeah, Brando, didn't Oversimplified make a video on Henry VIII?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, Oversimplified is amazing. It's just they don't release a lot of content.
Yeah, their
Yeah, wow, that's
content
incredible
is
that he was
top tier.
considered handsome.
Yeah, he was
Wasn't
a
it-
life.
Wasn't he only
Like,
considered handsome
really
like
tall?
before he got really overweight?
Yeah, he was considered handsome before he got overweight.
Wow. They could like put him in a cannon, shoot it at a ship, and literally like kill the entire ship.
Abraham
you know-
Lincoln was 6'4".
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, he was really tall. George Washington
so-
too was really tall for his time.
George Washington was like
Okay,
6
so it
foot, I
was-
think, or something
So
like
it
that.
was
I didn't-
definitely Lincoln.
why did we elect?
6'2".
Why did we elect the tall? Why do we elect always really tall presidents
Tall people, or never
as
mind.
presidents?
I mean, who was the shortest?
Like no, I think it was Madison.
James Madison.
Yeah, see,
How tall was James
I knew that.
Madison?
5'4".
He was 5'4".
Wow.
Wow.
So he was taller than the average Japanese samurai. I'll never forget that fact.
I
Yes,
still think that
great historical fact.
a samurai could totally
you know,
kill
the
me.
Imperial Japanese Navy. Its doctrine was its naval doctrine was the the decisive battle doctrine, which all revolved around its navy, pretty much working
this up.
to get the enemy to send all their battleships to fight one giant battle. And so they had all these cruisers to try to harass the enemy fleet. They would become a bit smaller. And then they built this giant row of like really oversized battleships because they knew that their primary enemy was going to be the United States, but they didn't have enough factories to build a lot of battleships. So they just built really huge battleships with like really big guns
Did they?
so that they could like technically have one battleship take on like 3 American battleships. And so that's the decisive battle doctrine. Oh, and they also used aircraft carriers because they wanted to see if they could use the aircraft carriers to launch torpedoes against their enemy ships.
Wow.
Did you
well,
know-
they lost.
that pirates used cannons to shoot cannonballs at their enemies. And
Oh, but you know what was the biggest
That's really enlightening.
the biggest flaw of the decisive battle doctrine was the Japanese didn't know what to do after they won the decisive battle.
yeah, I
It's
agree
like
with that.
we win
So
the
they
battle.
just like
what do we do?
chill in the sea.
They just like they still haven't won the war. They just won the decisive battle, and the United States can just simply rebuild them, come back at them.
That's facts right there.
So that was the
So-
biggest flaw, the decisive battle doctrine of the Japanese, and that's why they lost the war.
Shame on
You
them.
guys are making you guys are making me look so bad because I'm trying. Like Trayvon, why would you do that? He was
What?
literally talking about the slave Bible, and you're over here trying to make me laugh.
I was
like-
not trying to make you laugh. Should
Well,
I just
why
assume
would
you're
you,
looking at me?
Well, why would you do that?
What did I do? I think you were just
Whoa.
laughing about the slaves. It's a serious topic. I mean,
No, because you were
Wow.
sitting here.
you should never make
being
light of
like,
slavery.
Hello? Why would you ever say that? That's so
It's
messed
true.
up. I'm trying to
But
like
remember-
listen to what
How
Sebastian
is
has
it
to
messed
say.
up to not joke about slavery?
What?
What?
And I
Wait.
can-
No,
Wait,
no.
what did Brando? What did
I'm
you
not
do?
getting this flipped on me here. I'm not doing that live.
Okay, what were you gonna
But
say?
I'm trying to listen to Sebastian and be respectful, and I'm trying to listen to Brando. And meanwhile, you're like, I don't even know what you're doing.
What did I
Ansel's
do?
like
I
half
didn't do
asleep.
anything.
Ansel's half asleep, and like he's still
I'm
heartbroken.
awake.
No, you're heartbroken.
This-
It's okay to
also, you
admit
look so
that.
Uncle, Uncle, come on, don't be heartbroken.
I can't
Bro,
take it's so
admit
hot in
that.
my room. I keep getting up to adjust the fan, dude.
Okay, so why did you have to like get up and then like jump out of your seat? Like that was
I'm
so
so
funny.
hyped. I had to jump. I didn't do anything after I jumped. I just wanted to jump. I don't know.
He's just really excited. that-
Sometimes I'll just walk
oh,
around my
this
room and like
talking.
make mean faces at myself in the mirror. I don't know. I just do stuff.
I mean,
What was your
okay.
most disgusting baby moment?
My most
I get it.
disgusting baby moment. I heard one
Yeah.
time I took a dump and my parents were cleaning my diaper and then I grabbed a piece and painted on the wall. I don't remember doing that, but I believe it happened.
Okay, Hansel, what was
Wow.
your disgusting baby moment?
Disgusting baby moment?
Yeah.
I have a baller baby moment.
I pooped my pants on the stairs one time. That's it.
Okay, my fucking phone died.
Okay, Brian, what was your most disgusting baby moment?
Who'd you ask?
Brian.
I threw up on this one nurse who tried to pick me up.
Wow.
That's what my mom tells me.
I feel like he's had like too many to count.
Sebi, what was your most disgusting baby moment?
I don't even know where he is. He's gone.
Jocelyn,
Okay, so
what was
then-
yours?
I don't know. Why do you look like you have dentures?
Because my teeth are so straight, kinda. My bottom row is, if you can see, I don't have an over or underbite. I have good teeth, I guess. My front teeth or my top teeth are very straight, and I don't need braces there. But I may need some on the bottom row, and I want some on the bottom row. I don't need them, but I don't know. So what's your baby
good.
moment, Jocelyn?
I don't know. I was a pretty good kid. I didn't
How
really.
much did you weigh as a baby?
I don't know. I was very underweight. I remember that. I had to like stay in the hospital for a couple days.
I think it's on your
That
birth
sucks.
certificate. Probably.
Sebi.
Well,
Yeah,
I
show
don't
us your
see
birth
my-
certificate.
You want me
He
to
doesn't
show
have-
my social security numbers too?
Brando.
Yeah, it has
Sebi,
your
what-
social
what
security
disgusting
number and
baby
everything on
moment?
it. It has the information.
If possible.
Awkward baby moments.
Most
Disgusting.
disgusting baby moment.
Oh, disgusting. Okay.
Also,
That's-
guys, okay, say I if I
Wow.
should turn on my camera right.
You should always
Alright.
turn on your
Alright.
camera.
Alright.
That's like general.
Yeah.
Why do you need us to tell you?
It's kind of like expected. Aren't
Dude,
you
do
a
you guys
co-host?
dare me
Unless you're gonna
to
do
do this?
something
You guys
weird.
dare me? That's like basically what he's doing.
Okay, hold on.
What was your most disgusting
do
baby
it.
moment?
I don't know.
Fucking buttons on this shit.
Oh, and you pressed the wrong button.
Wrong button.
Wasn't,
Well,
wasn't meant to be.
I feel like unless Sebastian has a really grody baby moment, this I couldn't call it a show here.
Okay, let me tell you mine.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Okay,
Brando.
because so I was like playing with my Thomas the Trains, you know.
I love Thomas the Train.
Yes, yes.
Sitting there chilling in in this room, and so then I like start taking a shit in my underwear.
You mean your diaper?
Like,
Underwear.
my underwear are really tight, so it's kind of like it starts sifting through. It starts sifting through the cloth.
What's up, Brian? We can see you. Thank
And
you
so,
for
like,
turning your camera on.
through my underwear.
Did you get a haircut recently?
Hey, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Looking clean, yo. I also
Well, I don't
got a
know if
haircut
anyone
recently.
can top Brando's story.
I don't think anyone can top that.
Yeah.
Brandon, did you also do that in like second grade?
What?
Do you remember? Hansel, do you remember that?
I
Was it? I know you were in our class because I remember that there was like he came from the bathroom like sobbing.
oh, I remember one
I
time.
remember. It was I went to the bathroom, took a poo, and then it clogged.
I don't know. I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
That was the
And then I
funniest.
returned, and I'm like, it pooped and it clogged.
Gross.
I remember that.
Everyone said that for the entire school.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
Bryant,
my god.
what's up, bro? How was your day?
What's up?
Did you have a good
living
day
life
at
to
school?
fullest. Yeah, some baby crying outside my room right now. Shot
Really?
with my Nerf gun.
Is it your mom's baby?
Yeah, it's my little. No, it's my nephew.
Oh, that's cool. I
You
hope your
shoot him
nephew has a
again.
good life and is prosperous in his adulthood.
I hope
Or
not.
her. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to call it a show there.
What are you doing?
Right.
Thank you all for watching. This was Bro Connections 23 with special guest Jocelyn from our school. Adios.
I don't want to be.
Next trivia.
Bye.
Monday, so-
Jocelyn from your school. What?
Farewell.
What else would you
All
be?
right. Bye.